everyone. In this video, I'll be showing you two diamonds of similar GIA certificate where they have the same carat, color and clarity, but why they look so different, right? So this video is mainly about why the light performance of the diamond is so important and why you can't just buy a diamond based on the GIA certificate alone. Okay, so this is the first certificate which I'm gonna show you. It's a 1.07 carat G color VS1 where the cut, polish and symmetry, all these three are excellent, right? And the second certificate, which is here, it's a 1.01 carat G color VS1, so same color, same clarity. The cut, polish and symmetry, they're all excellent as well. Alright, so let's say when I put these two diamonds side by side, right? So both are 1 carat plus, color is the same, clarity is the same, cut, polish and symmetry is exactly the same. The only difference is probably the fluorescence, but do bear in mind, fluorescence, it doesn't affect the light performance of the diamond as long as you view them indoors, which I'm going to show you, because we're going to see the diamond indoors, which is not under UV light. So fluorescence, it only affects the diamonds under UV light, so it won't have any difference in this case. Okay, so here's the ASET scope of the super ideal cut. So I'm still trying to adjust the calibration of it, but generally this is how it looks like. So for the super ideal cut, right, if you notice, you can see the 8 blue arrows, right? So blue represents contrast, which becomes fire under direct lighting conditions, right? And the red color you see is the light return, where light comes in and bounces back out of the diamond. And those green areas you see there, those are weaker light return. So meaning like say a 50% light return, 50% light leakages. And if you notice, there's those white color small triangles at the outer edges there, right? White represents full light leakages, where light is literally passing straight through of the diamond. So for the super ideal cut, right, what's most important is that it has lots of red, meaning lots of light return. It has a good balance of blue as well, so a good balance of contrast, and red, which is the light return, right? So generally, let's say if you want a diamond with a maximum light performance, this is what you want to see in an ASET scope. Okay, now when I move the diamond to the other one, okay, here you go. Okay, so this is something which you do want to avoid. So first, you'll notice that the blue arrows is no longer blue, right? It's a bit reddish, right? That's also because it's affected by the severe light return, so it's no longer contrast. So what this means is, because there's no blue, there won't be any fire, those colorful flashes from the arrows. And what is very, very obvious here is the middle white circle that you see there, right? Those they're all light leakages. So those areas are literally like windows where light is passing straight through the diamond, right? And if you notice around the edges, there's also something like green patches or small green areas, so that also represents weaker light return at those areas. So a diamond something like this will suffer from bad light leakages, especially at the middle, right? That middle portion. Okay, so let me show you both diamonds and so you can see how it looks like in person. Alright, so here is the diamond, the one with the bad light leakages in person. Okay, so this is an actual video of the diamond. So you'll notice where the light leakages was earlier, right? At those same location, notice it looks much darker and duller, right? That's because there's no light return in the area. Now you see when I move the diamond left and right like this, right? You'll notice no matter which angle I move them in, right? Those light leakage areas will always be sort of dark or black or grayish, where there's no light return coming out from that area. So even though this diamond is in the same color, right, you notice it's much darker, right? And that's also why we focus very much on the light return and why it's so important. So let's say if and also if you notice at those green patches areas as you saw earlier, it looks a bit grayish as well. Okay, so only the areas with the light return where there was a red area just now, right, that is where the brightness will come out from. And other than that, as long as there's light leakages, right, the diamond will appear dark in those areas. Now this is the super ideal cut, the one with the stronger light return. So first thing you notice is the 8 very distinct black arrows, right? You can see how beautiful that patterning is, and you also immediately notice how much brighter this diamond is, right? So because remember the area with the light return, that is where the brightness comes from, which makes the diamond look brighter and also gives the illusion that it's whiter. Now I have to remind you that both of these diamonds are the same color, both are G color, but because this diamond is cut with a stronger light return, right, it will naturally look whiter, or rather brighter. So you can just see how brilliant this diamond is, right? When I move it left and right like this, you can see just how bright it is, and also that beautiful patterned scintillation. Okay, now let's say if I compare both of these two diamonds side by side, right now you can immediately see the big difference in the brilliance between these two, right? You can tell that the arrows are much more defined. One of the other diamond looks much brighter than the other, and I have to say it's very obvious. And even though both diamonds GIA certificate are the same, both are triple excellent, visually it's a no-brainer. All right, that's also why we always emphasize that when you buy a diamond, you must check it under the ASET scope to analyze its light performance, because this can really tell you the full information of the diamond, and so that you know what exactly you're buying. Now here are both diamonds again side by side under a diffuse lighting condition. So immediately you can tell the diamond on the left, this one shines much brighter and it's much more brilliant, right? So this is the super ideal cut, and like earlier in the magnification, you can still see the 8 distinct black arrows, and you can see how bright the diamond is. Whereas this diamond, the one with the light leakages, oops, okay, notice you can sort of see through the area, right, where the light leakages were. And because basically these are like windows and you're seeing through, and that's also why you can see sort of like the color of my skin at the background here, which makes the diamond look much darker and duller. So remember the arrows, it didn't have the blue contrast, which is also why it's not having any contrast right now, which makes it look very blended in. All right, so in like a real life scenario, let's say when you see these two diamonds side by side, you can immediately tell which one is the much better one. And I'm sorry, I have to emphasize again that these two diamonds, they are both triple excellent, both are 1 carat, both are G color and VS1, but they look so different. All right, that's why it's very important when you buy a diamond, you need to know what you're getting. All right, so if you have any questions, please feel free to email us, or do check out our Facebook page and YouTube channel for more of these videos. Thank you for watching.